Let me ask you something that a lot of people are wondering about these days. Can AI ever become conscious? Because right now humanity is building something unprecedented. Countries are pouring hundreds of billions of dollars into AI infrastructure. New power plants, new data centers, new semiconductor factories that are bigger than airports. You have big corporations that are in an arms race to build the most powerful AI model that was ever trained, as if consciousness is an Olympic marathon and the gold medal goes to whoever stacks the most GPUs. And every week, a new AI breaks some record. It beats humans at a game. It solves a scientific puzzle. It writes code or designs molecules. It even composes music. And underneath all this progress is one assumption, one hope, one fear. If we make these machines powerful enough, will they wake up? Will they cross that invisible line between intelligence and awareness? And where will we, fragile, biological humans, stand in a world where machines can outthink us? To answer this, we need to step away from our modern computer labs and news headlines. We have to step into something older, deeper, more human. Let's go back to the beginning, to a time when consciousness wasn't a problem to solve, but the very fabric of existence itself. Across the ancient Vedic tradition, Vedic meaning the rich cultural and belief system that predates modern-day India, consciousness is not treated as a human privilege. It is a spectrum that permeates all of existence. There's this ancient Indian text called the Upanishads, basically a collection of conversations where sages try to understand the nature of reality. And in those teachings, they say that chit, or pure awareness, is the underlying field of reality, and living beings differ only in how clearly their bodies can receive and express that field. So a rock, for example, has tamas, inertia, almost no capacity to register experience. A plant has prana, right? The faint stirrings of responsiveness. Animals possess manas, a functional mind that can feel, fear, remember. And humans have something called buddhi, a higher order instrument capable of reflection, self-awareness, imagination. In this view, the body is not the generator of consciousness, but the receiver, like a radio, tuned at different levels of resolution. Modern neuroscience ironically arrives at a similar conclusion. As the brain becomes more complex, more synaptic connections, more integrated information flow, more recursive feedback loops, the capacity for awareness increases. One leading theory today, called the integrated information theory, for instance, explains that consciousness grows with the complexity of the system and its ability to integrate experience into a unified whole. In humans, the default mode network, the insula, the prefrontal cortex, all of these create the conditions for self-reflection, meta-awareness, and inner life. So even neuroscientists admit consciousness is not a switch, it's a gradient. And this is where we forget something essential when talking about AI. We assume that if we pile enough GPUs, parameter counts, and training data together, consciousness will magically appear, as if awareness is a byproduct of scale. But both Vedic sages and modern neuroscientists would disagree for the same reason. You need the right kind of instrument to tune into consciousness. Another important thing to consider is the computing power required to deliver the kind of consciousness experienced by humans. Yes, the brain is a computer, but not in the sense of silicon and transistors. It's a living, wet, self-organized network of 86 billion neurons and trillions of synapses, constantly rewiring itself in real time. And it does all of this using about 20 watts of energy, the same as a dim light bulb, or less than what your iPhone charger can produce. Despite running on almost no power, the brain performs operations that today's fastest supercomputers cannot replicate. It processes parallel streams of sensory data. It predicts outcomes and updates internal models of reality, and generates emotions and imagination and intuition and empathy and self-awareness all at the same time. Some neuroscientists estimate that the total computational capacity of the brain is equivalent to something called exascale computing, far beyond what even quantum computers can currently achieve. But what truly sets the brain apart is not raw speed, it's the integration of everything. It computes into a single first-person experience. Your thoughts, your memories, your emotion, your inner voice, all of it collapses into one seamless moment called you. AI, by contrast, doesn't experience anything it computes. It calculates patterns, but it does not feel them. It processes information, but it has no inner world. It predicts language, but there is no someone behind the prediction. So when we talk about AI becoming conscious, we often forget the most obvious truth. Intelligence is not the same as awareness. Computation is not the same as consciousness, and scale is not the same as self. So if AI can't be conscious, should we still be worried? Yes, absolutely yes, but not for the reason you might think. AI might never wake up, but it is already becoming super intelligent. We are building giant machines that operate at the speed of light, powered by rivers of electricity and gigantic amounts of data. These systems are not conscious, but they are capable of analyzing supply chains, predicting markets, generating propaganda, manipulating emotions, and automating entire industries faster than governments can regulate. This creates two possible futures. In one future, AI becomes brute force intelligence that empowers our conscious decision-making, a tool that expands human creativity, that frees us from menial tasks, that acts as a partner in this great human project. Imagine an AI that handles the bureaucracy of life so you can focus on art, on serving, healing, inner inquiry, or truth-seeking. And in another future, AI becomes intelligence that competes with our consciousness, a digital labyrinth of notifications and personalized recommendation systems that fragments our attention, hijacks our emotion, and erodes our ability to think for ourselves. Imagine a world where algorithms shape your desires faster than you can notice you have them. The sad thing is that it's not too far off from where we are today, but the real future will be somewhere in between, a civilization negotiating its relationship with a new technological breakthrough that will shift the power dynamics between people. So how do we reconcile all of this? The sages say consciousness is a field, and the body is its instrument. Neuroscience says awareness emerges from integration, not calculation. But modern AI proves that intelligence can grow without requiring any real inner life. Put these threads together, and you get a simple conclusion. AI breakthroughs might free up space for humans to become more conscious, but only if we meet the moment with awareness. Just like every technological revolution, this one carries both liberation and danger. Fire can cook your food or burn down your house. The wheel can move civilizations through commerce or crush them through warfare. Electricity can light up a hospital or power a dungeon. AI is no different. It might open a doorway for humans to return to what we truly are. Not workers or cogs, not productivity machines, but conscious beings designed to express our authentic selves, and in doing so, hopefully come closer to our true nature, which is eternal bliss. But it might also swallow our attention, our agency, and our life if we do not rise to the occasion. So will AI ever be conscious? No, but it will be intelligent enough to threaten our consciousness if we do not guard it. Because what makes humans unique is not our logic, not our speed, not our memory. It is our ability to witness our own existence, to feel meaning, to suffer with depth, to love with abandon, to look at the sky and whisper, I am here. AI can't do that, but it can distract us from doing it ourselves. So the real question is not, will AI wake up? The real question is, will we? Will we use this moment to expand our inner life? Or will we let machines shrink it? Will we let AI automate our consciousness? Or will we use it to illuminate our humanity? Tonight, before you sleep, ask yourself, Am I becoming more conscious in the age of machines, or less? And whatever answer rises, don't run from it, because that answer is the first step toward protecting the one thing AI can never replace, the mystery of being human.